What is going on, everyone? So it is time to announce the pre-order for my 2024 print portfolio, as well as the second volume of my zine. For those that are unfamiliar, I've been producing these print portfolios since 2017. And then ever since, I believe, 2013, I produced books at the end of the year. So this is a collection of my best work. The print portfolios, I produced them all in-house. It's 10 of my favorite prints from the year from my winter, my spring, and my fall trip. They're printed on Horne paper and presented in folio like this. It'll be signed on the back. This right here is a really nice textured paper. I glue those sleeves myself, and then inside you'll see a collection of stuff, including the 10 prints. There's vellum sheets that have information about the trips. It starts with a very highly textured sheet here, which will be signed and numbered there. This happens to be the vellum sheet from my 2023 edition. The 2024 will look similar. Handwritten then scanned, then put on here. But that's my own handwriting there. It tells the story of the trip, information on the photos. And so I'll show you the photos in this year's portfolio. This one from Death Valley. Another one from Death Valley there, some dried mud. More dried mud. There's a pattern here. From my, I guess you'd say, late winter, early spring trip to Zion. Some nice spotlit sandstone. There'll be a vellum sheet for my spring trip. The photos for my spring trip, this gnarly old cottonwood tree. Interesting detail of the sandstone there. And then these 3 bushes set against the sandstone wall I photographed on the way out. There'll be 3 more photos that will be from my fall trip. Or I might draw photos from my my spring or my winter trip, just depending on how everything goes together. But my whole thing is I want to make sure that the photos are very cohesive. It's make it a bit of an experience opening up. I throw some other stuff in there as well. The print portfolios, it's an edition of 150. The portfolio only, and also I should mention there's early bird pricing. So for the first 2 weeks, starting from when this video goes live to 2 weeks, so that's until August 24th, there's a kind of an early savings on it. So it's, the portfolio only is $159. The portfolio plus zine will be $179. The portfolio plus the premium zine, I'll get to that in a moment, will be $208. And then I'm also offering, I'm calling it a film box portfolio, which is where the portfolio and zine will be packaged in one of my film boxes from the field, which has notes on it, which I think this makes for kind of an interesting experience opening up. There'll only be 5 of those, and chances are they'll probably be sold out by the time this video goes live. But the film box portfolio will be $258. And then after 2 weeks, everything goes up 20 bucks. You'll find information about the ordering the print portfolios in a link down below. But also this year will be the second volume of my zine. And this is just a mock-up. And to show it's a mock-up, here's a mock-up of last year's one. So just use the same thing here. So last year's zine was, I believe, 32 pages. It was printed on recycled paper. So uncoated recycled paper. This is what last year's zine turned out. And so it gives you kind of a feeling for what's in there. The images, the type. I'm borrowing heavily from last year's design, but I'm going to be fine-tuning it for just some stuff that I learned based on the experience of doing it last year. But I was really happy with how these turned out. And the zine has, you can order it as a standard zine, which is a zine by itself, or you can get it with the premium zine, which also includes one of the prints. And so the print I've selected for the zine this year is this one for my backpacking trip. This cool cactus growing among the boulders there. So the standard zine is $25, which is actually $5 less than last year. And then the premium zine, which includes a print, I did increase that $10 because it takes a lot of time to make those prints. So it's $55 for the premium zine, $25 for the standard zine. One note on shipping for the zines. International shipping is very expensive. So I'm charging $16 to ship it, but what I actually pay for international shipping is more than that. So I actually take a loss in the shipping to try to make it somewhat reasonable. And then of course, domestic shipping in the US is gonna be less than that. So it's a lot of work to put this together, but I'm very happy with how things are turning out this year. I've already laid out the zine, though I have some ideas on how I'm going to be changing it this year, so I'm going to do a little experimenting with that. But I really do appreciate all of the support. It's really the portfolios and the zines that allows me to do what I love for a living, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. And it's one of the reasons also why there's no ads or interruptions or anything on this channel. But you'll find a link down below in the show notes to order. I'll be shipping in usually early to mid-December. So when I come back from my fall trip, I'll come up with hopefully the 3 additional photos to include in the print portfolio. At that point, I will also complete the design for the zine, submit that to be printed, while I'm also printing those photos, putting together all the portfolios, and I'll be mailing out the portfolios along with the zines for those of you that have ordered both. And last year I was able to get everything in the mail by, I believe, mid to late December. So this year should be very similar. So it'll be a ton of work, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also incredibly grateful. And so again, you have until August 24th for the early bird pricing for the portfolios. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you around next time.